Well, the big story that we are tracking at this hour, a school shooting has taken place. A gunfire has taken place in the United States, Georgia, in a school. Several people are reported to be injured in that gunfire. This incident took place at the Appalachia High School. And in Georgia, high school was put on the lockdown. In fact, the Georgia governor, he has directed all his resources to respond to this emergency. The governor has in fact said that he's praying for the safety of those inside the classroom. In fact, one suspect has reportedly been taken into custody. And my colleague Disha Bagchi joins us to get us more on this. Disha, yet another case of school shooting in the United States. What is the latest that you can tell us at the moment?
Right, Osama. Tragic news coming in from the US, from Georgia. In fact, where days earlier, Harris campaign was actually there. But right now, the situation's developing. Reports are saying that so far, 2 are feared dead and multiple injuries have been reported. Reactions have come in from authorities at the scene who have said that this is a very fluid situation and have said that it will take perhaps days for the situation, the nitty-gritties of the situation to come to light. So now, as I mentioned, this is a developing situation, but the FBI in Atlanta has said that their agents are at the scene and are, responding to the situation. The White House has also said that President Biden has been informed about the situation and the details. So far, reports are saying that there have been multiple injuries, and the visuals on the screen show that the evacuation of the students took place immediately, and now the authorities are working on bringing the students to reconnect them with their families and to bring the situation under control. Now, certain reports are also saying that a suspect is under custody, but so far the details are not confirmed. And the number of people feared dead and injured in this situation continues to be something that is unclear yet. So it's quite a developing situation. Now, the governor of Georgia has said that, he's redirected all his state resources to address the situation. Now, gun control and school shootings, in fact, are quite a serious problem in the United States, something that both the Trump and Biden government have been trying to address. But such school shootings have unfortunately become quite common in the United States. So many are saying that now that the school session just began in the United States, this incident again is a shocking reminder of how school shootings are a very serious problem that need to be addressed. Back to you, Osama.
All right, yet another gun violence. Will there be another gun debate, and will there be any outcome to this? Will the outcome be the same? That is the question. Disha Bagchi, thank you very much for getting us all the latest from there. On to our other big story that we are tracking, the Kolkata rape and murder fallout. The doctors, they held a protest over Kolkata horror case. People in Kolkata, they switched off lights in a symbolic protest for justice for the doctor who was raped and murdered in the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. Let's listen in to some of the reactions from the doctors who are protesting.
हमारा कैंडल मार्च निकालने का यही पर्पज है कि अभी तक हम लोग यही चाहते हैं कि न्याय मिले और जल्द से फास्ट ट्रैक बने। और जो अभी तक आरजीकर मतलब हमारे जितने भी साथी लोग ये सोच रहे हैं कि हम अकेले नहीं है, हम आरजीकर के साथ खड़े और जब तक खड़े रहेंगे जब तक हमें न्याय नहीं मिलेगा। और सरकार के कानों तक बात पहुंचाना चाहते हैं कि हमें जितनी जल्दी हमें सेंट्रल प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट प्रोवाइड कराया जाए, जिससे कि बिना भयभीत के हम काम कर सकें। तो ये हमारा कैंडल मार्च निकालने का उद्देश्य है।
हम इसलिए यहाँ पे मतलब काम पे वापस आए क्योंकि चीफ जस्टिस ने रिक्वेस्ट किया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने हमें भरोसा दिलाया कि अभया के साथ न्याय होगा। लेकिन अभी देखिए, कल जो हियरिंग होने वाली थी उसके बारे में भी न्यूज आ रहा है कि शायद वो पोस्टपोन हो गई है। तो चीजें जो है उसमें बहुत टाइम लग रहा है। पहले ही बहुत एविडेंसेस के साथ टैंपरिंग हो चुकी है, तो हमें अभी भी इस बात का पूरा भरोसा नहीं हो पा रहा है कि अभया को न्याय मिल पाएगा या नहीं। और इसलिए हम बताना चाहते हैं कि चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, हम अभया को न्याय दिला के ही रहेंगे।
ये शॉकिंग है, सरप्राइजिंग है कि अभी तक इतना सीरियस क्राइम हुआ है, इतना संगीन अपराध हुआ है, उसके बावजूद यहाँ पर इतने दिन हो गए हैं और अभी तक कल्प्रिट्स को पकड़ा नहीं गया है। जस्टिस delayed is justice denied, and that is all I have to say.
After the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital incident, Kolkata has been engulfed in protests, with people coming out on the streets to register their anger and their frustration with incidents like this. Now you can see this is the 8B bus stand in Jadavpur, and of course a lot of people have gathered here today, lighting candles, and 1 hour of darkness, people switching off lights and lighting candles to mark their protest demanding justice in the RG Kar case. And these protests are continuing, with several people once again choosing to come out at midnight, reclaim the night, and holding this kind of protest all across the city. This one's taking place at the 8B bus stand in Jadavpur, where people are out and registering their protest against what has taken place at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, lighting candles, switching off lights. In fact, all of them quite silent here as a song plays, a song of protest plays, but the real mood point is the fact that people are angry over what has happened at RG Kar. They see it as a systemic failure, and that's something that they're registering their protest against as they light up candles and mobile phone torches to register their protest here.
The Bharatiya Janata Party has released its first list for the upcoming Haryana Assembly polls. In fact, the BJP has announced candidates for 67 of the 90 seats there. In fact, 8 women are also there in the first list of the 67 candidates. Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini, he is set to contest from Ladwa. Ex-MP Sunita Duggal, she will be contesting from Rathia, while Kuldeep Bishnoi's son Bhavya Bishnoi, he gets a ticket from Adampur. In fact, Kiran Chaudhary's daughter Shruti, she has been fielded from Tosham, while Captain Abhimanyu, he is set to contest from Nirnaul. Now, Anil Vij, another big name in Haryana politics, he'll be contesting from Ambala Cant as well.
67 कैंडिडेट्स की सूची और ये जारी कर दी गई है। हमारे मुख्यमंत्री श्री नायब सिंह सैनी वो लाडवा से लड़ेंगे और भी सभी प्रमुख लोगों की सीटें अपनी अपनी तय कर दी गई हैं। और मैं समझता हूं कि आज चूँकि 4 तारीख है, कल से ही नॉमिनेशन शुरू है और 5 से 12 तक सब लोग अपना अपना नॉमिनेशन करेंगे। बाकी बची हुई जो 22-23 सीटें और हैं उनको भी बहुत जल्दी 1-2 दिन के अंदर पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड उसको क्लियर करेगा।
If we can see this list which has been just released by the BJP party, we have seen what we have learned from the sources also are there, that they were conducting multiple surveys. If we can talk about the BJP specifically, we have seen the 3 ministers' ticket has been denied by the BJP party. One is Ranjit Chotala, who was a power minister. Another is a sports minister, and Sandeep Singh. And third minister is sports minister, which is recently sports minister Sanjay Singh. The 3 ministers' tickets have already been denied by the BJP, and some of the turncoat from the JJP, 3 JJP leaders who had joined recently BJP, they were able to get the tickets from there. So all the combination, it seems that they were trying to combat with anti-incumbency in the state. So let's see whether this strategy which they had opted for, that will really work out or not. That is yet to be seen. But we have seen the Kiran Chaudhary, Congress leader, who had just joined from Congress to BJP. Her daughter is able to get a ticket from there. We can see Bhavya Bishnoi, he has already given a ticket by the BJP. So all these important seats where there will be a very challenging contest for the BJP, because BJP has been ruling in the state for the last 2 terms and for the last 10 years. So it seems that they have taken all the precautions, but these political strategies really work out to come and retain power in the Haryana state. That will be clear once the result will be out.
And wrestlers Vinesh Phogat and Bajrang Punia, they are entering the political dangle. They have joined the Congress and they will contest next month's Haryana Assembly election. Ms. Phogat, she is expected to challenge from the Julana seat, and Bajrang Punia, he will defend the Congress's Badli seat. In fact, the two met Congress MP Rahul Gandhi as well. Ms. Phogat and Mr. Punia joining the Congress at this time is significant because it is both nominating election candidates and is involved in seat-sharing talks with the Aam Aadmi Party as well. And Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday kick-started the election campaign in Jammu and Kashmir with a speech about a restoration of statehood and rights for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The Congress leader, he alleged that the LG administration has given benefits to the outsiders who are linked to the BJP and the RSS.
NC Congress Alliance!
A so-called charge sheet released by allies, Congress and the National Conference as Rahul Gandhi kick-started their election campaign. The charge sheet accuses the BJP and Jammu and Kashmir administration of snatching the rights of people and blames them for rise in unemployment, corruption, and giving away land and resources to outsiders. Addressing two election rallies in Banihal and Doru, Rahul Gandhi tried to mix a political pit with an emotional one.
1947 में हमने राजाओं को हटाकर लोकतांत्रिक सरकार बनाई। आज जम्मू कश्मीर में राजा बैठा हुआ है, उसका नाम एलजी है मगर वो है राजा। जम्मू कश्मीर को जो स्टेटहुड है वो वापस देना है, क्योंकि आपका सिर्फ स्टेट नहीं छीना गया, आपके अधिकार, आपका धन, सारा का सारा आपसे छीना जा रहा है।
As Rahul Gandhi kick-starts election campaigning in Jammu and Kashmir, his whole speech was about restoration of statehood and rights to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, which he says have been snatched by the central government. The Congress leader blamed J&K's Lieutenant Governor for giving benefits to people from outside J&K who are linked to RSS and BJP.
The BJP has hit out at the alliance and accused them of being hand in glove with militants for electoral benefits.
जम्मू कश्मीर की जनता को हम याद दिलाएंगे कि पुराने दिनों की तरफ, पुरानी मुसीबतों की तरफ ले जाने के लिए जो मैनिफेस्टो लेकर आए हैं एनसी वाले, पीडीपी वाले और तमाम लोग जो खुलकर मिलिटेंटों का मदद लेकर चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, उनको डिफीट करना पड़ेगा। बीजेपी के नेतृत्व में, बीजेपी की अगुवाई में एक नई सरकार इस राज्य में बनेगी।
In Ganderbal, Umar Abdullah was uncharacteristically emotional as he filed his nomination papers from the traditional family seat. Union Home Minister will be in Jammu and Kashmir 2 days later to launch the party's manifesto. As campaigns gather force, here is the Congress charge sheet versus the BJP's jibe on the Congress's marriages of convenience that will take center stage now. With Nazir Masoodi, Bureau Report, NDTV. Time now for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. In a big move against defectors in Himachal Pradesh, a new law that states MLAs who defect to other parties, they will get no pension. To this end, the Himachal Pradesh government, in an unprecedented move, passed a new bill in the assembly on Wednesday to stop pensions to defectors. This bill, it stipulates that a person shall not be entitled to a pension under the Act if they have been disqualified at any point under the 10th schedule of the Constitution. Remember, earlier this year, 6 Congress MLAs, they were disqualified for defying a party whip by abstaining from voting during the passage of the budget.
इस प्रकार की करप्ट प्रैक्टिस करके अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां चमकाना चाहते हैं, इस प्रकार की लोकतंत्र की मजबूती के लिए ये बिल लाना बहुत जरूरी था, जिसे आज वॉइस वोट से हमारी विधानसभा ने स्वीकार किया है। देखिए, हिमाचल प्रदेश में तो पहली बार ऐसी घटना घटी, जिस घटना के माध्यम से चुनी हुई सरकार को गिराने की कोशिश की, और इस चुनी हुई सरकार को जब गिराने की कोशिश की गई तो मैं कह सकता हूं कि जनता ने हमें दोबारा से 40 पर पहुंचाया है। लेकिन इस प्रकार की घटना हिमाचल प्रदेश की राजनीतिक संस्कृति में पहले कभी नहीं हुई, तो इसको और मजबूती प्रदान करने के लिए बिल लाया गया है।
In a big boost to the BJP in Delhi, the party has won the Delhi municipal zonal polls. There were celebrations in the BJP camp after this victory as BJP defeated Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi MCD ward committee polls. Now, BJP in fact bagged 7 out of the 12 zones, while Aam Aadmi Party, it won 5 zones. Here's a report.
A power tussle between the Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena and Delhi Mayor Shelley Oberoi as the Delhi LG overruled the mayor in announcing the MCD ward committee elections. After a 19-month delay, the voting for the elections began this morning, ending in a victory for the BJP, which won in 7 of the 12 zones, while AAP won in 5. The BJP and AAP stand at a tie with a total of 11 seats each in the standing committee, and today the BJP secured 9 seats as opposed to the AAP's tally of 8 in the standing committee. Election in 1 seat will be held later, and it will decide who will be the chairman. Until last night, there was confusion over whether the polls would be held on schedule, as Mayor Shelley Oberoi had not appointed presiding officers, saying her conscience did not allow her to participate in what she termed an undemocratic election process. In a letter to the MCD Commissioner, the mayor said she received multiple representations from councillors who were unable to file nominations as they had only 1 day's notice. The mayor claimed that despite her directions, the municipal secretary took 5 days to notify the elections, leaving only 1 day for filing nominations.
चुनी हुई सरकार की शक्तियां छीनी जा रही हैं और लगाए हुए लोगों को शक्तियां दी जा रही हैं। केंद्र सरकार की माने तो वो तो चाहते हैं पूरी दिल्ली ही एलजी चलाएं, क्योंकि चुनाव भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीत नहीं पाती, इसलिए पीछे के चोर दरवाजे से जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी दिल्ली को चलाना चाहती है, वो होगा नहीं।
Taking stock of the uncertainty, Delhi LG issued an order appointing all MCD's zone deputy commissioners as presiding officers. President Draupadi Murmu granted absolute powers to the Delhi LG to constitute any authority, board and commission, soon after which the LG passed the order exercising his constitutional and statutory powers. While the BJP has won in 7 zones in the MCD ward committee elections, the Aam Aadmi Party has secured victory in 5 zones. What will be interesting to wait and watch is that if the BJP also wins the last seat in the standing committee and takes control, then a unique scenario could present itself in the civic body, wherein the House and the main decision-making arm are being controlled by different bodies. With camera person Manoj Thakur, this is Tanushka Datta for NDTV.
Now on to Assam, where police has busted financial fraud racket and made multiple arrests. The Chief Minister there has hinted at more action against multi-crores trading and online frauds in the state. My colleague Ratndeep Chaudhary gets us this report.
Multiple arrests for multi-crore online financial scams after statewide searches by the Assam police. 2 key arrests were of Vishal Phukan, a 22-year-old online trader who was apprehended in Dibrugarh, and Swapnanil Das, who was arrested from his apartment in Guwahati. Phukan attracted attention with his opulent lifestyle. He set up 4 companies and promised investors 30% returns on the investment in just 60 days. He also invested in the Assamese film industry and acquired several properties. Authorities have also launched a manhunt for Assamese choreographer Sumi Bora, who is reportedly part of Fukan's network. The Assam police feels the trading scam is worth 2200 crores. The victims narrate their trauma.
মানুহ কিমান হ'ব লাখ মানুহ হ'ব লাখ মানুহ নহলেও মানে 10-20 হাজাৰ তো বেছি হ'ব পাৰে মোৰ আইডিয়া ইমান নাই আপুনি কিমান ইনভেষ্ট কৰিছিলে মই 1,80,000 মান ইনভেষ্ট কৰিছিলোঁ জুলাই মাহৰ পৰা বন্ধ
Police sources have told NDTV that in Guwahati city alone, there were at least 600 financial fraud cases registered in the past 1 year that are linked to online frauds and stock trading scams. And now, fresh cases are emerging from other parts of the state. In Guwahati, victims were convinced to hand over control of their bank accounts, which would then be used for illegal transaction, for which the account holder will be liable.
These people who we have arrested now, they are from Guwahati only, but on their interrogation they have confessed that they collect the bank account details of different unsuspecting person and they pass it on by post to their associates who are sitting either in different states within the country or who are sitting in abroad in places like Dubai.
The Assam Chief Minister has issued a warning.
এই ধৰণৰ ঘটনা একেবাৰে প্ৰবঞ্চকৰ কাম ফাঁকিবাজি কাম যিসকলে ধন বিনিয়োগ কৰিছে তেওঁলোকে নতুনকৈ বিনিয়োগ কৰা বন্ধ কৰিব লাগে এনেকুৱা কোনো ধৰণৰ ষ্টক ব্ৰোকাৰ আইন মতে তেওঁলোকে এনেকে ষ্টক বুকিংৰ কাম কৰিব নোৱাৰে এটো একেবাৰে আইন বিৰোধী কাম আজি পুলিচে একচন লৈছে অহা কেবাটাও দিনত আৰু একচন ল'ব
The Assam police feels this is just the tip of the iceberg. With Ripunjay Das in Dibrugarh and Nakul Rabha in Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
Well, that's all we have for you. Keep watching NDTV for more news and updates.